What up? It's your boy Pastor the Sight, man. And this video here is being brought to you by Say Cheese, man. Y'all can see him down at the bottom there. And I want to talk about Hernandez, Govan. When Say Cheese asked him, people believe you had like this problem or didn't like Young Dolph. I want you guys to listen to how he pretty much break down his dislikes about Dolph and how Dolph, as he said, Gucci was slipping, right? I want y'all to just notice and take real listening points and just listen to how he feel they wasn't moving right. Okay? Listen to it. Gucci wasn't moving right. Dolph wasn't moving right. And how he's so caught up on men knowing how to handle their business when they in beefs. Stuff like that. Obviously, Young Dolph didn't feel he was gonna lose his life in a beef. You know, yes, he was shot at, but this was his neutral grounds where he is raised from, where he be at. He usually go visit that cookie shop every time he's in the city, bro. But anyway, let's get back to it. So y'all know I'm coming with this information. Slide into my notification and hit the bell for the bean and subscribe. Let's get to it.
Gotta make it back home, so yeah.
I remember when you were released, you did an interview with Vlad, and people felt as though you have something against Dolph. And
Y'all see, this is the part I want to get to. And y'all know he do. Because why? He's going to tell y'all in so many words, I'm going to break it down.
it seemed like you were pro Gotti to a lot of people, you know, and it's still to this day. Like I was just doing my homework on you, reading the comments, and it just seems like you had something against Dolph. Was it any gray area or?
Watch this. I'm going to tell y'all something right now. He's going to say no. That's to be expected. But what he isn't going to say is that Yo Gotti's brother, who he Big Juke, who he's cool with, did. You see? So by what's his name? Yo Gotti's brother Big Juke had issues with who? Dolph. That's his partner, Big Juke. So he got an issue with Dolph. And we don't know how deep it stems back. But let's listen.
Did something go wrong with you and Dolph?
No, hell no. It wasn't, you know, it's just I'm gonna speak the truth, you know, and how I feel, you know. Even if it's something, you know, if it's a situation, if it's something that Gotti do that I disagree with, I'm gonna speak on it, you know. I ain't no rapper. I ain't never wrote a verse, and I ain't security for no rap label. But I'm from the city, and if it's something, you know, if it's a truth out there, I ain't gonna bend it or move the goalpost just because, you know, bruh, you know, lost his life. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, you know, I'm gonna speak on it how it is. You know, if it kind of make him look like, or make it look like that I'm being biased or whatever, then I'm not. I'm just speaking on it from a real nigga perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And so with that being said, nah, I ain't had no dog in that fight. Whatever him and you know, Gotti had going on, that was between them.
So you never met, you were cool with Juke. You never met Gotti.
Nah, we just had I had one phone conversation with Gotti over the phone years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it was about an artist he had at the time. And I kind of had a little pressure. I was applying a little pressure on the artist about some shit he had my name in his mouth.
Applying pressure mean I'm at your head, bro. Like what they say is up there. Yeah, it was up there with the artists that he's saying Gotti had, pretty much.
To a little chick. And so Gotti reached out to me through a cousin of mine that's like family to him. And he got us on the phone, and considering the close-knit, I guess,
What?
relationships or whatever, so to speak, he asked me, would I be willing to, you know what I'm saying,
This
squash
dude
it,
can't look you in the eye, bro. He can't look the cameraman in the eye, bro.
just on the strength. And then it was just
Because he gotta make sure he don't put himself in any kind of binds, bro. You see, because that Young Dolph case it's still over his head, bro.
It's some shit about a girl, And little homie was kind of like in his feelings or whatever. So of course I was willing to squash it. I was on some money shit. I was a hustler. I ain't never been no bully or no nigga that just run around, just wake up looking for beef. I always,
When you say I ain't no nigga that was running around looking for no beef, really he's saying he was. I'm gonna handle any problem that come my way. I'm not gonna look for it. Oh yeah, you's a bully. You want somebody's problems. You see, he is a problem solver. This guy right here, he is the definition of a bully. Y'all feel what I'm telling y'all? Y'all listen to the decoder. This guy is a bully's bully. Anytime this millionaire Yo Gotti said he called Yo Gotti, Yo Gotti called him and asked him to squash a beef. Asked him. You see? But he not saying he tied to Big Juke. Like, bruh, stop with the shenanigans. If you cool with my brother, right? I done been around you. Period. If you close to my big brother, you done been around me and seen me. I might not be like hanging out with you, but you done saw me many times. Just like I done saw my brother partners many times. There ain't nobody I never met that my brother was cool and close with. Because I knew his circle. You understand? I might not know every detail, but I know my brother. Same thing with him. This guy done met Gotti many times. Let's get to it.
My era, we wanted to see who can get the most money and the most bitches, you know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I squashed the shit immediately. So that was our only interaction that we ever had. Like I said,
and guess what? That made him and Yo Gotti now cool. If he did that on the strength for Gotti, now him and Gotti is real cool now. You see? So any problems Yo Gotti have, guess what? He got it. Along with Big Juke, any problem Big Juke having, he got. Because he's what? He's one of those big bullies in the streets. And now he have his buddies, Gotti and Big Juke, which are brothers. Anybody got an issue with them, he's an enforcer, him here. He's an enforcer. Y'all gonna have a problem with me.
Relationship with Juke.
And you knew Dolph, like you met Dolph before, right?
Yeah.
Did y'all hustle together?
We ain't hustled together, but we done did business together before.
So how I mean, it's over with now, but like how, did you front him? Did he front you?
No, I went in the front. Like, Dolph like to smoke the best of weed, just like I do. And so, sometimes they will have some stupid over there in Cascade, and him and Big Daddy over there.
Y'all see how he looking sideways? He making sure
sometimes,
every time whatever he said in interrogations, put down, or whatever he went to jail for, he makes sure that he not saying something different than he ever told the FBI. Y'all kind of get where I'm going? He making sure he stick to his script. That's the word I'm looking for. He making sure he stick to his script every interview. Because if he's already went outside of his script, just that the FBI haven't picked him up yet to question him about some things. You see, that's why I say the more he talk, the more he put his foot in his mouth. You see what I'm saying? So like right now, he's saying that they had affiliates, they liked it, good weed, right? So they were bumping to each other, getting weed. Watch how dumb this sound.
The best of being Orange Mound. So, they'll call, reach out, and then we'll just, go back and forth like that. But, it wasn't nothing about no front, no.
You see? So when I was on the street and I was doing my thing, I very seldomly bumped into somebody that was going to get what I was going to get. Unless that trap was trapping. And you was in the trap and people was coming as you was in. Coming. You see what I'm saying? Man, you can't code a decoder. You can't say certain stuff that I won't catch in any other professional decoders. Come on, man.
Anytime we did business, I had my money, he had his money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But y'all never really grew like a close relationship. It was just...
No, it was just strictly business. Anytime me and Dolph talked on the phone or anything, it was strictly about some smoke.
Yeah.
It wasn't never no personal shit.
Y'all see that? Whenever they talked on the phone, it was strictly about business. Y'all see? Now, granted, he's a street guy. He's a street bully. Got all the best, whatever, dope, whatever. And he's saying that the guys that's making the millions, they had to see him, right? Or his affiliates that have the good drugs and stuff. Every drug dealer I know, because I was out on the streets years ago. I'm an old man now. Right? That man had his ear to the street. He knew what was going on, and he was cool with the buyers. All of my buyers from me, I was cool with. I built like a little relationship with them for trust. So you can't tell me you and Dolph wasn't cool because he was a regular buyer from you. You just said y'all talked on the phone whenever it was business. Oh, he's saying y'all just got on the phone. Hey, what's up, bro? You got the pack? Yeah, book, buy. Okay, yeah, bro. I won't meet me here, buy. Okay. Nah, they don't go like that when you doing transactions. Okay, what's up, man? Look, all right, bro, you doing okay? Yeah, man, look, I want to get this 30 piece or whatever. You know what I'm saying, man? We can hook up later and get this taken care of, 9 times out of 10, them boys, millionaires be wanting like a whole thing, a whole LB, right? So they spending money and they got to count that money so they in each other's face, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me who was out there on the street when I was doing my little yin yang, right? The person that was getting it from me, we had to sit down and count this money and everything. And, hey, what's up, man? Yeah, all right, everything good. You good? Yeah, check this out.
Yeah, in an old disc record with Dolph, he said he fronted Jug. Like, that was the thing. He wanted the world to know. Is that true?
Yeah,
why?
I think what Dolph probably meant by that is, Jug probably pulled up because,
Nah, just right here. Why'd you lie for him?
Dolph, they used to have some really good weed over there, and Jug them used to have some good shit out in the north too, so, we all did have our fair share, but I could see Jug pulling up over there, getting a few ounces over there before he slide out of town, hit the road or something one time to smoke on, and it's just weed to smoke on, At this point, Jug wasn't selling weed in the street to hustle. His little brother, a multi-millionaire, so he didn't have to do that. And Jug was getting money himself, so I could see him pulling up on Dolph, getting a few ounces to smoke on at the time. He may not.
What was Jug doing getting his money? If Jug was getting his own paper, what was it? That's what I want to know. I'm going to do my research on that.
I had the ends on him or whatever, and, he'll get up with you later. I think that's what Dolph meant or whatever, because Jug wasn't even selling. Jug was on the other side. Like, weed wasn't never his thing. Mm-hmm. Jug was getting money with the white.
With the who?
Like,
yeah.
Did he say watches? Let me go back.
Wasn't even selling. Jug was on the other side. Like, weed wasn't never his thing. Mm-hmm. Jug was getting money with the white.
Yeah.
Oh, with the white. Okay, with the white. Okay.
Man, so
for y'all don't know what white is, cocaine.
Memphis is as
Cocaine.
crazy as the media makes it seem.
Yeah, it can get crazy, especially, if you're not from there, and if you're not tapped in, you're not with, and then, the young niggas, it get really crazy, if you cliques them, so.
That boy tapped in.
I can't downplay it, we got the National Guards and Homeland Security and all that shit there right now for a reason, Trump did that, because, Memphis, it really got wicked, women couldn't even go outside and warm their cars up in the morning for work. The young niggas outside taking them, and if you make the wrong move, they'll kill you about your shit. So I can't downplay it.
Yeah, Juk was killed at a funeral, and there was a white car. It was on surveillance. With like paper, no tags. I don't if I can remember correctly. Nobody was ever found, right, for that?
Nah, nobody. They never charged anybody about it, but the streets know what they're here for, you know what I'm saying? Everybody know. But yeah, he was killed there like a repast.
Yeah.
A celebration.
So was he moving bad? Like you say that Dolph was moving bad and Gucci getting robbed? Was he moving bad? Was Big Juk moving wrong? Let me hear if he gonna say something.
For a family member. So, they never charged anybody, but if you tapped in, if you in, you in the loop, everybody know what they're here for.
Yeah, and quiet as kept, it seems like this Dolph and Gotti thing is slowing down, but like the security guard, the CC security guard, he came out saying that Gotti car was recently shot up. Is it stuff like that still going on?
Nah, I think that nigga up, man. I think he need none evaluation or something, man.
So a lot of stuff you don't think that should be accurate?
No, I ain't no think. I mean, that what he said right there about his car getting shot up. And that had several attempts on his life. The raindrop ain't hit that man too hard. You know what I'm saying? That big homie CC, man. You know what I'm saying? I think that nigga there, man. I think he need to reach out to criminal, man, and do some tuba moves or something. That shit. You know what I'm saying? Dude just making up shit as he go, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to big homie CC, though.
Yeah, I did see that. And like, damn, like this shit's still going on. Like,
no, man, that shit ain't happening, man. Man, some shit like that would have popped off, you know what I'm saying? Trust me, I know about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got one. If something popped off like that, he'd have knew about it. For sure. We know he would have known about it. But guess what? Bruh, if you pop off that Gotti, this guy's so tied to the streets. And them youngsters know what's up. A lot of the big timers know what's up. Those goons on the street. This dude gonna know about it. He gonna know about it. And you can believe when he find out, he gonna come see and talk to you about it. Y'all gonna have to figure out what happened because he tied so deep into this stuff. You know what I'm saying? This guy here knows what's up. This guy, people fear this dude right here, bro. They fear him down there in Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? They fear this guy, bro. Memphis. So, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bro. I believe anything that go down in the streets of Memphis on a higher level profile, this dude know. Straight up.
And you'll know about it because I fuck with you.
Right, that's right. So we're in Dallas now, the whole Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane shit. Like, happened in January. I'm here in Dallas. I heard bits and pieces about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you have too. You're in the loop.
He in the loop. I've been saying this, right? Here we go.
Everything's came out. I mean, his bond has been rejected. What do you think? Where do you think this goes from here?
I mean, from everything that I've seen and the shit that I know.
I'm telling y'all, bro. Let's listen.
I mean, it's a difference from where I think it's gonna go and where I hope it's gonna go. Them little niggas from the city, so 30. I know 30 out of mid 30. I hope them little niggas get freed up. They was doing their thing.
He hope y'all can hear that what he's saying, it don't look good. Pretty much. He's saying, bro, it don't look good. This what I'm hoping. But what I think gonna happen, it don't look good. I'm hoping that they get freed up.
Like they were just about to take off and provide some generational wealth, you know what I'm saying? But there's a difference to where I think it's gonna go dealing with the feds. You know, man, the feds don't move on you until they know they ready.
No surveillance, no guns.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you though, when I was going through my situation, Manny Aurora, my lawyer, who I think the best attorney in the world, he told me the biggest blessing in my situation was that my case wasn't federal. He said the reason being because one of my counts was a conspiracy count. In federal, the laws, the conspiracy laws, they're way more broad. You know what I'm saying? It's like very vague. Like they have a lot more room and ways to convict you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? In a conspiracy versus if you was in state court. And you know, if the dad is actually on video in Staples, printing out a release form, if what those agents saying is true, then that's what you call an element in the conspiracy. That's premeditation. You know what I'm saying? That's conspiracy.
Pretty much. They saying wherever they got the contract printed up, right? Even if they don't have it, but if they can go back to the store that they printed it up, they got evidence saying that they premeditated was going there to get him out of there. That's evidence right there. Even though they can't find it, if they don't have it where they found it, if they know where they went at to get it printed up, that's evidence right there.
All right, you know, a lot of this shit gonna be, you know, a lot of people ain't thinking about the call data. You know how the call data going, GPS placements, the cell towers, pinging is gonna place whoever at this location, you know what I'm saying, at the time. You know, then you got, even if Gucci don't cooperate, you got the cameraman. Man, the cameraman gonna be at court for the judge, dude, testifying. You know, so not to mention the off-duty police officers, what they got to say. You know, so it's more complicated than what people think, you know, and it's gonna be pretty rough, you know, and you know, Sean, when the last time you seen 8 niggas charged on the case and everybody kept it real? You know what I'm saying? So
that's true. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all gonna hear this exclusively from me. Big 30 gonna fold. Big 30 gonna fold. That's one gonna fold, bro. You know why? I'm gonna tell y'all why Big 30 gonna fold. Because Big 30 was not signed to Gucci Mane. Big 30 had his own issue going on with Yo Gotti. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, with what the dude name is? Not Finesse 2-Time, I can't think his name, but anyway, he had a whole nother situation going on. So all his money that he losing is not because of Gucci Mane being in the issue with Gucci Mane. All his money sitting over there, and he was about to get a big contract, I heard too. This is what I was hearing from YouTube. You see? So Big 30 is going to not keep it 100, bro. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if I'm accurate. Let's go.
You know, we gotta, you know, just gotta see how this shit gonna play out, you know, and you know, I say this, I'm glad I ain't in the situation. Yeah, for sure. This shit gonna be crazy.
Gucci Mane's wife.
Yeah.
You know, we know that she has a big influence on his life. She's his handler.
Correct. Caretaker.
Yeah, caretaker. Like, even if he doesn't want to corroborate, it looks like, he already made statements.
Yeah.
Do you feel like she put that battery in his back?
Yeah, of course. You know, and just imagine, you know, without his wedding ring and watch and humiliated as a man. You gotta tell your wife this shit, you supposed to be one of the biggest gangsters in the world.
Mm.
And so, you know,
Shade.
I'm sure she was upset.
Shade. Throwing shade at Gucci again, bro.
Tell you what she gonna do. You know, she gonna get the police involved. You know, I don't know if you seen the press conference the other day, but they said the federal agents got statements the first day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they interviewed all parties on the first day. So, I just, you know, I was willing to bet my Social Security number that Gucci wasn't gonna cooperate based off his reputation.
Anyway, y'all know he gonna throw shade on Gucci about whatever. But listen, Big 30 ain't gonna lay down no for life, bro, for Pooh Shiesty, bro. He gonna get some kind of cooperative way he wanna come home. And maybe like 3 or 4 of them other ones gonna do. They might have 1 or 2 of them, I don't know. But I guarantee you, when the ones that making big money, they gonna rap. They gonna do some type of a plea deal, bro. You can bet your bottom dollar on that right there. So as y'all hear this guy right here, this gorilla, the street thug, he said it's bad, and he saw the evidence. He saw everything that went on, the tapes or whatever record. He watched everything. Now, let's hope the fans don't have it, but the witnesses that was there gonna testify. He have the tapes and stuff. He got a recording probably. You see what I'm saying? So whenever everything go down, he may want to release it later, whatever, or say somebody stole it, or people gonna start saying we don't know how this came out, releasing. Y'all just watch as time go, those real videos gonna come out trying to humiliate Gucci Mane, bro. If he's saying what we heard him say, he saw the tapes, he saw the videos, they gonna get released sooner or later of Gucci getting robbed, bro. And him saying he cried and he was begging people don't do him this. That's gonna come out, bro. Sit back and watch. Anyway, it's your boy, man, Path to the Site, man. I hope y'all like what I'm giving y'all, decoding the decoders, you know what I'm saying? Give me a like, man, or subscribe or whatever, man. I'll keep this going. I can't do this all day, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got a like, man. So I drop them when I see some fugazi stuff going on and haters, you know what I'm saying, got back into the lab to do these things for you. I don't want to go sit at the computer. I'd rather look at my TV, pause it, and do it that way. I don't want to do all that antics and try to make it so professional. People lose sight of reality, you know what I'm saying? So that's why this the triple O perspective, man. Decoding the decoders. And we out of here, baby.